Earlier this year, I gave 2 talks warning about marriage, considering the horrible social situation within the world in which marriage is something like an economic contract than an actual religious sacrament or commitment. I didn't say that under no circumstances anyone should marry. If you listen to the whole talk, you could understand that I was warning to be careful about who you marry so that it doesn't turn into a big mess like so many marriages do these days. And if you can't find someone who's going to be a compatible partner, then don't go in for it. Now, I'm going to give some advice to those who feel that they have found their compatible life partner. This is especially for devotees committed in Krishna consciousness. They have found, or better, their parents have found. Nowadays, you usually find everything on the internet, but one way or another, if you're confident that you're set up with your compatible life partner in the service of Srila Prabhupada, all the acharyas, and Krishna, then this advice is for you, especially for those of you who are just about to enter or are just entering or who have just entered family life, to get your vision clear about what you're doing. I'm not going to get into nitty-gritty details, but the basic idea of what family life in Krishna consciousness should entail. My advice to newlyweds in Krishna consciousness is to do it right, do it properly, be a glorious example for others. It won't be easy. And for many, the biggest difficulty, if you really want to have a really Krishna conscious marriage, will be throwing off all the wrong attitudes about gender roles and marriage and family life that you have had drilled into you since you were born. In today's world, everyone's training is largely in selfishness. Life is all about what's in it for me. And they take that attitude into marriage and make a miserable situation. But marriage means, religious marriage means to sacrifice husband and wife for the sake of each other and for the children when they come along. Materialistic people put most stress on your career and how much money you are making. And we see that even after marriage, both husband and wife, in many cases, put the most stress on their career and their work and how they're going to forge their individual life ahead. Income is definitely important for married people, but to prioritize that above everything else is disastrous. You have to prioritize Krishna consciousness. Whatever varna or ashram a devotee is in, and most people nowadays, they are Shudras because they're working for someone else. Anyway, whatever situation we may be in, the devotee has to see anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. What am I doing? What are my attitudes? They should be activities, attitudes should be that which is conducive for advancement in Krishna consciousness. And husband and wife should work on that principle, that we work as a team and we do together those things which are favorable for our Krishna conscious advancement. Two, working as one unit, that is anukulyasya sankalpa, the firm determination to accept everything which is favorable for our advancement in Krishna consciousness, and pratikulyasya varjanam, to reject that which is detrimental for our ongoing advancement in Krishna consciousness. There can be a conflict because the demands of earning a living in today's competitive rat race, very tough environment, the demands of earning a living often make it difficult to focus on Krishna consciousness, to have good sadhana, which is so important in Krishna consciousness. But we have to see how to adjust and by any means avoid the rat race. We have to be swans, not rats. It seems to be naively expected at the marriage ceremony that they all lived happily ever after, you're going to be happy, and we certainly hope you will, but the reality is that there will be many difficulties. Some you may be ready for, you may be aware of upcoming difficulties, and some things may happen, are likely to happen, that you could not have imagined. But whatever happens, you have to stay together, committed to Krishna consciousness together, to help each other both materially and spiritually. Not that if things don't go well, then, well, I'm just going to quit. It may be that either the husband or the wife gets some terrible health problems or goes through a really tough time in coping with the job situation or whatever, may become unemployed for some time, may go through a period, maybe an extended period. You may go through an extended period of poverty. It may be that one spouse has an accident and is handicapped for the rest of life. It may be that one spouse has a terrible accident and is handicapped for the rest of life, or one of the spouses may go through, or maybe both go through a very tough period in Krishna consciousness. They're not following properly. I certainly don't wish any such thing on anyone, but I'm just saying that bad things can happen. And your commitment has to be to stick faithfully with your spouse, whatever happens. Even if they go through bad spiritual difficulties, stick with them, try and help them. There may be exceptions, but they should be very rare. See the example which was there for centuries in Indian culture, that husband and wife came together and stayed together and didn't have any thought about not staying together. It wasn't only in India, even in the West it was like that previously. Most people just got married and they stayed together. Some couples never quarreled, some occasionally quarreled, some quarreled quite frequently, but there was never any question of separation. Maybe for a short time, the wife may go to visit her father's house, or, as in Srila Prabhupada's case, for business, he would often be away from home. But the outlook should be, whatever, the outlook should be, all right, we're together, it's Krishna's arrangement, that's it. We have to serve Krishna together. Actually, if you don't even think about all these things, it's best if it's just natural for you, if you don't have to listen to this talk at all, that the best thing is you just get on with your life together in devotional service while responsibly seeing to all your worldly affairs also. Raise the children to be devotees first and foremost. Whether or not the children are super in studies and have a high earning job should not be your main concern. Don't be like materialistic parents. Go into marriage understanding that our outlook has to be very different from that of most people around us. And others may criticize us for that. Even our parents or in-laws may do so, or even other supposed to be devotees. But even if they're supposed to be devotees, or whoever they may be, who tell you all wrong things, don't follow. I'm told by some married devotees that they have been told by senior devotees or whatever that they should not follow the rules regarding sex, regarding contraceptives. You should go to kami restaurants. You should enjoy this world and chant Hare Krishna also. Don't listen. Don't listen to them. Even if they are supposed to be very senior and advanced devotees. Avoid such bad association. They may be so-called senior, but they can't help you advance in Krishna consciousness. And their association will drag you down. I'll emphasize one point again because it's a very important point. Don't use contraceptives. It's very sinful. We've been taught this by Srila Prabhupada. We should take it seriously. Even devotees may advise you, yes, go on, do it. But you should know it's very sinful. We don't want to get in a conflict with anyone, but at the same time, we can't sacrifice our principles for anyone who has not caught the essence of Krishna consciousness, however senior or near and dear they may be. Having said that, it's also important to serve the elders. The tradition is that the parents of the husband are cared for by the son or the sons in their old age. And of course, that means that the wives of the sons also have to serve the elders. And nowadays, girls don't want to do that. They may stipulate before the marriage, I'm not going to live with your parents. This is an anti-dharmic, anti-shastric, demoniac approach. There are many important points. I'm trying to keep this short. Some books you might find helpful that I've written. Glimpses of Traditional Indian Life. Mothers and Masters. There's also by one of my disciples, Indira Saki Mataji. How I Achieved Real Success. A woman coming from a highly materialistic background, IIT graduate, but she found happiness in Krishna consciousness and in traditional wife and mother role. She is described in that book. So to newlyweds and all grihastas in Krishna consciousness, I can also recommend that you visit one of the Krishna conscious farm communities I'm overseeing. In India, we have Navanandagram. In Gujarat, Bhakti Gram. In Madhya Pradesh, and Kurmagram in Andhra Pradesh. In Czech Republic, we have Navi Gokul, and hopefully soon we'll be having one in the United States of America. Please visit and see how devotees, many families are living together for the sake of practicing Krishna consciousness together. You may not be able to follow that example completely. Not everyone can move to the farm, but you can take inspiration from that. I wish you all the best. Follow in the footsteps of Srila Thakur Bhaktivinoda. Sing his songs about how he practiced Krishna consciousness in family life. Live together, chant Hare Krishna together, serve and worship together, go through life together, and eventually go back to Godhead together. Hare Krishna. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityor Mamritam Gamaya, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.